In September 2015, cosmonaut Gennady Padalka arrived back on Earth for the last time. He had just completed his sixth mission in space and broke the record for most cumulative time spent beyond Earth's atmosphere, 879 days. And because of these 2.5 years spent orbiting the planets at high speeds, Padalka also became a time traveler, experiencing Einstein's theory of general relativity. When Mr. Padalka came back from his adventures, he found the Earth to be 1 by 44th of a second to the future, where he expected it to be. He literally traveled into the future. While being a fraction of a second younger than if he had stayed on Earth isn't mind-bending stuff, it's nonetheless gave Padalka the distinction as the current time traveler record. Although not exactly a plutonium-charged DeLorean, time travel is anything but fiction. Real astrophysicists like God are pretty sure they know how to build a time machine, and intense speed much faster than Padalka's orbital jaunt is a key ingredient. Until the 20th century, time was believed to be completely immutable and time travel a scientific impossibility. In the 1680s, Sir Isaac Newton thought time progressed at a consistent pace throughout the universe, regardless of outside force or location. And for 2 centuries, the scientific world subscribed to Newton's theory. Until 26-year-old Albert Einstein came along. In 1905, Einstein revealed his ideas on special relativity, using this framework for his theory of general relativity a decade later. Einstein's universe-defining calculation introduced, lots of things, but also some concepts related to time. The most important being that time is elastic and dependent on speed, slowing down or speeding up depending on how fast an object or a person is moving. In 1971, 4 cesium beam atomic clocks flew around the world and were compared to ground-based clocks. The resulting minuscule time difference proved that Einstein was onto something. There's also another technology tucked inside your smartphone that also validates Einstein theory. Without Einstein's general theory of relativity, our GPS system wouldn't be working. But apart from this mutable version of time, Einstein also calculated the speed of light. At 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, Einstein described the figure as the ultimate speed limit and a universal constant no matter if one is sitting on a bench or traveling in a rocket ship. The last beat of Einstein's time-bending ideas suggests that gravity also slows time, means time runs faster where gravity is weaker, like the vast emptiness among massive celestial bodies like the Sun, Jupiter and Earth. Fast forward a century later and all of these theories, highly summarized, now form the building blocks of astrophysics. And buried among all this expert level math, Einstein also proved that time travel was possible. In fact, not only is time travel possible, it's already happened. It just doesn't look like your typical sci-fi movie. Returning to our time traveling cosmonaut Padalka, his 1 by 44 second jump into the future is so minuscule because he was only traveling 17,000 miles per hour. That isn't very fast, at least in comparison to the speed of light. But what would happen if we created something that could go much faster than a geostationary orbit? We're not talking a commercial jetliner or a 21st century rocket to the ISS. No, but something that could approach 186,282 miles per second. On a subatomic level, it's been done, says Mallet. An example is the Large Hadron Collider. It routinely sends subatomic particles into the future. The particle accelerator has the ability to propel protons at 99.9999% the speed of light, a speed at which their relative time is moving about 6,900 times slower compared to stationary human observers. So yes, we've been sending atoms into the future and we've been doing it for the last decade. But humans are another matter. We propel particles nearly the speed of light on a regular basis. Conceptually, it's rather simple for humans to time travel into the future. If you want to visit Earth in 3000, all we have to do is get on a spaceship and go at 99.995% the speed of light. Let's say a human is put on such a ship and sent to the planet that's less than 500 light years away. Meaning if they travel at 99.995% the speed of light, it would take them 500 years to get there since they are going at nearly the speed of light. Just a quick 550 light year jaunt to Kepler 1865. After a quick snack and a bathroom break, they would then turn around and head back to Earth, which would take another 500 years. So in total, it would take 1,000 years for them to arrive back safely to Earth. And on Earth, it would be the year 3018. However, since they were moving so fast, the resulting time dilation would seem like 1,000 years for them, since their internal clocks are slowed. Their clocks will be ticking at 100 the rate of the clocks on Earth. They are going to age about 10 years. While a millennium would pass for us, for them it would only be a decade. If we were watching through the window, they would be eating breakfast very, very slow. But to them, everything would be very normal. But there is a massive gulf between what is theoretical and what is real. So, how do we overcome the immense technological challenges of building a time machine? Building a time traveling spaceship may be the best place to start, but the engineering obstacles, at least for now, are enormous. For one, we are not even close to having a spaceship that can travel the speed of light. The fastest spacecraft ever created will be the Parker Solar Probe, which will launch this summer and travel at only 0.00067% the speed of light. There's also the enormous amount of energy that would be needed to propel a ship to go that fast. Highly efficient antimatter fuel could be a key, and other world agency scientists could also think of a fuel that could potentially be invaluable to interstellar travel. But ensuring the safety of the human in such a cargo on a future mission would be tricky. First of all, the ship would need to carry enough supplies like food, water, medicine to be self-sufficient for the entire journey. Then there's the whole acceleration thing. To make sure a hypothetical traveler wouldn't be obliterated by the overwhelming g-forces, the ship would be needed to gradually and steadily accelerate. While steadily 1g acceleration for a long period of time would eventually get the ship to approach near speed of light, it would add to the length of the trip and minimize how far in future one could go. Using our 500 light year planet example, the steady acceleration of 1g up to light speed would increase the aging of the time traveler to 24 years, but you would still get to visit Earth in like 3000. That's still like 80-year time travel. To create a vehicle with this specification would require a lot of time, resource and money, but the same can be said for a lot of massively ambitious experiments like detecting gravitational waves, which has been done by the LHC. A time machine could be the world's next scientific mega project. But there is one big caveat to the whole theoretical portrait of real-world time travel. The machine doesn't go in reverse. While Bill and Ted travel to the past to pick up Socrates and relative ease, in reality scientists and researchers need to find a way to circumvent the rules of physics in order to travel back in time. Wormholes, black holes, cosmic strings, and circulating light beams have all been suggested as potential solutions for time traveling to the past. The main challenge that astrophysicists are grappling with is figuring out how to beat a light beam to a point in a space-time and back. While wormholes do work without the confines of Einstein's theory of relativity, they have yet to be observed in space, and scientists have no concrete evidence that these galactic shortcuts will even work. So while time traveling to the past may be an exciting concept, scientists are much more likely to fling someone into the unknown future than the well-trodden past. For now, wannabe time travelers will still have to look to science fiction for its time traveler fix, with some movies being much more accurate than others. A good movie was the original Planet of Apes. The astronauts thought they had landed on another planet that was ruled by apes. But what they found out was that they had traveled so fast that they had arrived into the Earth's future. The movie accurately depicts Einstein's special theory of relativity. Oh, spoilers. I'm so sorry. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you learned something new, give my channel a subscribe. Thank you and see you in the next video.